Hey everybody, it's Monday again. How does that happen so fast?
Man, I don't know, but it sure got here.
It sure did, and I totally ruined my shot just now because I adjusted it. Can you please hand me? Oh, it's right here.
It's right
So
there.
while we were live on air, I'm going to
Yes.
adjust my shot. Bing, bing. How about them apples? That's kind of zoomed in a little bit too far, but that's all right. It's all good. It's a Monday.
It is totally a Monday, and now everyone gets to see how live TV, live web works.
That's right.
I'm enjoying the rain we're having outside. How about you, Heather?
I love the rain, and we need it.
Yes.
And this year, we didn't have like the massive dry summer like we always do.
Uh-huh.
So that's been super nice. We've had green grass in August, which is like unheard of.
Mm-hmm.
But the rain for me is best when you can sleep in. Either in the middle of the night, it's like so relaxing, or you wake up and it's like Saturday and you don't have to be anywhere,
Mm-hmm.
and then it's super relaxing. I think it makes everybody more tired.
Oh, totally.
Yeah, so isn't that interesting though, what clouds do and rain does to our psyche,
Oh man, yes.
and like overseas where is it like in Denmark and Norway and so forth where it's dark several months of the year and then
Mm-hmm.
light several months of the year.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how their circadian rhythms handle
I
that.
know. Even Alaska, because it's dark a lot of the day for a lot of the year there.
Mm-hmm.
But even it, you think about, you mentioned the rain and the clouds up in Seattle. They get so much, every day it feels like, you hear people say, oh, it rains every day. I think that would wear on me.
It would for me yes,
I
for
like the
sure.
sunshine.
Yes, and then like also like in England and Ireland, it rains a lot.
Yeah.
And so when the sun comes out, I had a friend that used to live in England, and she would say when the sun would come out,
Mm-hmm.
like let's say it's lunchtime, everybody would go outside for their lunch from their office buildings and take their shoes off and like dance around in the streets.
See, that sounds wonderful to me.
Yeah, on the days that it's sunny.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess you just have to learn to appreciate the few
Uh-huh.
days that they have that are sunny. Um, or it just comes and goes. But like California every morning,
Mm-hmm.
mist, and then it goes away.
Yeah.
It's like if you want to be a meteorologist, that's the place to do it because it's the same thing all year round.
That's true. You wouldn't get a lot of hate emails, probably.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yes, and it's pretty boring. You don't
Yeah.
have, hurricanes like Florida does. At least you don't have tornadoes like we do. Very
Right.
rarely ice. I'm talking like Southern California, like
Mm-hmm.
San Diego area.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the place to go. Yeah. So anyway, but yes, I do love the rain on the days that I can sleep in.
Mm-hmm. Me too. But
It's
that was not today because we are here and it's Monday.
How do you do with allergies? Like every time it rains, does, the mold increases afterwards? Does that drive you nuts?
Actually, I'm doing great today. If you would have asked me last week, I told you, oh my gosh, I'm so allergy and my eyes were just watering nonstop. But today I feel great. So,
Good.
yeah. Thank
That's
you,
awesome.
rain.
Yeah, maybe too. A lot of times it does wash away different, like
Mm-hmm.
pollens. It'll wash away the pollens, but it'll bring in the mold.
I know.
So
I know.
it's a take and give. So also a lot of kids are showing up sick to school, and then we're only, like a week or so in right now, and a lot of kids are already getting sick. And I think it has more to do with just everybody coming back together, the
Yeah.
stress of the new year, your immune system's down a little bit from all the
Mm-hmm.
stress, your cortisol's high. So that could be why, but a lot of kids, yes, are showing up sick. So we'll see if
Mm-hmm.
these allergens produced by today's rain increase that or not in the coming
I
days ahead.
know.
But teachers have to deal with so much. They have to deal with not only planning their curriculum, then they have to deal with student absenteeism. Then they
Mm-hmm.
have to deal with the parents, the drama parents. Why did you give my son a B? That
Right.
kind of thing.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
well, you know this.
I know exactly what you're talking about. All the thing, the laundry list of it's hard being a teacher. They are very underappreciated and deserve a gold star every single day.
And so, Jacqueline, if you have not seen the episodes where we've talked about this, she is a former teacher.
Mm-hmm.
And so, what grades did you teach?
I taught high school. In one of the classes I taught was photography, photo 1, photo 2. And so that was freshman through senior, but then I also taught specifically uh, junior level English and then a lot of senior level classes. So I had them as they were really about to go on to college and set sail on being adults. But
Okay, so and because of where you taught too,
mm-hmm.
I'm sure it's probably very similar to public school, however, somewhat different because it was so catered to the creative kids and the creative arts that you taught, which is so
Mhm.
cool. I'm sure you had better behaving students than in some public schools.
I totally did. I was at charter schools, and I was really lucky to be at the best charter schools in the Oklahoma City Metro. But yes, absolutely. All my students were great. Even the ones that were challenging, those were the ones I loved the most, probably, because they needed it the most.
Oh,
And so I really, yeah, I enjoyed the difficult ones, the ones that just really brought all the sass and attitude and just really didn't want to be there. Those were my favorite.
and did you see a big change in them by the time the end
Oh,
of the
yeah.
school year came? That's
Yes.
awesome.
I was determined to become the adult they liked. And so whatever that took, just showing up every single day,
Yeah.
you'll win them over if you're kind.
So you made a big difference in their lives for sure. I'm sure they
Yeah.
ended up liking school because of you and teachers like you.
I hope so. I have no idea, but I love seeing them all be adults.
Yes, yes. So this just proves our next point is that over on Friday there was a
Mhm.
big assembly to honor some of our teachers in Pottawatomie County specifically, and it just goes to show that hug there how many teachers are out there who have a passion like you did for teaching,
Mhm.
and this was to basically boost their spirits to let them know that they're appreciated. A couple thousand teachers gathered in Shawnee for the event Friday morning. And it was to inspire them as the new year's beginning. So, from 20 different public school districts across Pottawatomie County and the surrounding areas. So, this I think is phenomenal. I think we should do this
Mhm.
in every district. Just think if 2,000 people came from the Pottawatomie County schools alone, how many
Right.
thousands more and thousands more would come from
Um,
across the entire state?
I'm so glad this happened, and really hats off to Pottawatomie County for doing this for their teachers. It goes such a long way when admin or just the community says, "We see you, teachers, and we want to thank you." Just these little moments really go a long way. And so, big congratulations to the Pottawatomie County community for doing that.
Yes. We love our teachers, and you in hindsight, Jacqueline, for the difference
Yes.
that you made.
I don't know about that, but it was
I think
fun.
you did. If your favorite were the difficult kids, then
They
think of
were.
what they thought of you by the end of that, because
Oh
they
my.
needed that attention, like you said. But
Yep.
yes, I think this is a wonderful thing. I think we should always uplift our teachers. They have a hard job.
Mhm.
They really, really do. And it's not just the kids; it's the curriculum. It's the new rules of enforcing the cell
Oh
phone
yeah.
ban. They have to be the bad guy,
Mhm.
and I think worse out of what I wouldn't be able to deal with are the parents.
Oh, that's the hardest. The kids, it's not the children. It's
Mhm.
yeah. It's what you said. It's the
It's
parents.
the
Mhm.
parents. Yes. So, congratulations to all teachers out there on the start of a brand new year. And we hope that you all have a fantastic year and that
Mhm.
you definitely make a difference in the lives of kids, as is your passion. That's wonderful. We are talking about a new spaceman in Oklahoma that you're going to see along Route 66. This is going to be cool. This is a new attraction. There he is. That's so cool. Oh, look
It's
at that
really
Earth in
cool.
the.
Yeah.
I didn't notice that before. Um, so this is going to be in Weatherford, which makes perfect sense because it is the home of Thomas Stafford, Weatherford's native son, and their Air and Space Museum's named after him.
Mhm.
Adding this Route 66 spaceman there just makes sense. So it's in celebration of our 100-year centennial next year. We talk about it a lot because it's so cool to see all these different structures and statues being erected along Route 66. So you'll have to stop in Weatherford. The mayor there says he hopes that next year, when people are traveling from
Oh
internationally
yeah.
even
Yeah,
to
yeah.
travel Route 66, that they'll make a stop in Weatherford,
Mhm.
eat, shop, stay the night there, as they take in this giant spaceman. That is for sure
It's
going to
really
be,
cool.
yes. Can you imagine how many people are going to take their picture there?
Oh,
That'll be iconic.
I think so too. And I think it's just bananas, but international Route 66 travel is a big deal. People come from overseas with the whole intent of just renting a car and seeing the iconic stops of Route 66. So this is going to be a big attraction.
Yes.
Literally a big attraction.
Right.
Right?
And so this is something that it's going to draw people, like at the Las Vegas sign. Everybody takes their
Oh,
picture at the Las Vegas
yes.
sign.
Yes.
People will stop in Weatherford and take their picture. They'll just say, "Did you take your picture with the spaceman
Yeah.
along Route 66?" I think that's awesome. And really quickly, we were talking about last week
Mhm.
the red boot that was going to go in kind of the Asian district where the milk bottle building is
Mhm.
along Classen in Oklahoma City. Well, sadly, those in my opinion, sadly, the plans were denied. But I say that because I'm hoping they just move it somewhere else. I think it would make more sense to move this
Mhm.
onto actual Route 66 instead of downtown. Well, down to Midtown,
Yeah.
instead of Midtown, because it is like they said. No, sorry, this is the Asian district. That doesn't really go there. I
Mhm.
understand that. So let's just move it because it's such a cute statue. Let's move it to Route 66 or wherever they see fit.
Yes, I think it's just on pause. It's not a done deal. I bet we do see it in the future, but it's gonna need to find a new location.
Yes, and so you, me, and Carrie, we were all talking about Carrie King
Mhm.
wearing our red boots and going down there
I
and taking
know.
a picture. So wherever it ends up, we want our picture.
We do.
Let's make sure it ends up somewhere. So, but yeah, it was going to be at Northwest 25th and Classen. So, and 12 different community members got up and spoke at the meeting, and they're like, "This
Mhm.
isn't the right place." So we get it.
Yeah.
Let's just move it. All right. When we come back, we have a lot more still ahead, including you might need to get your pet a vaccine again for rabies because rabies cases are on the rise in Oklahoma and it's pretty high. We'll
Mhm.
tell you about it coming up. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Around the Block on this Monday. It's already
Yes.
Monday.
It is already.
We didn't talk about, like usually every Monday we say, what did you guys do over the weekend? And also we have not seen D'Anthony one single time and we
I know.
definitely want to show off his new haircut.
Yes, we gotta
Come on,
show
D'Anthony.
it off. This is a big change.
It is a big change. He went from a curly haired guy to da 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 da. Ta-da! You can pull off
Clean cut.
both of
I
them
know.
look good.
Yes.
Okay, take your headphones off just for a second so everybody can get
Just
the full look. Look at
I
it,
mean, it's looking
smooth.
real good.
Yeah. Do you have a part right there? They do a
Yeah,
little
it
thing.
was when I was a kid.
Okay.
Like I had a barber that was like, "Oh yeah, it's gonna be cool. Just keep doing that. Just keep." And I gave up. So
Oh, and
I
so
like
it
it.
stayed. It truly stayed. I thought, over
mm,
time,
mm,
that's a
yeah,
yeah.
it hurt when they did it. But
Oof.
yeah,
Does your hair not grow back, or you just stuck with it?
I can't. I'm stuck with it.
It's kind of permanent.
Mhm.
Oh, because okay, your hair won't grow back. I didn't know if you chose to continue doing it or if your hair won't grow back. That's interesting. I like it though.
I know. It looks great.
That's
You
why
look
I
great
pointed
today.
it out.
Yeah,
But anyway, you look smooth.
thank you.
Mhm.
Nice look, Anthony. And you also got to tell us before you go away, what did you do this weekend? Anything fun?
I got a haircut.
Okay.
We got to ask though, how is Jerry doing? He had a big week last week.
Yeah.
He's doing well.
Okay, good.
He's doing well. We've got to spend time together. So
Good.
yeah,
And for those that don't know, Jerry is his companion / cat. They're like best friends, which
And
is
Jerry
awesome.
got out
Yeah.
and somehow made it several miles away to UCO campus,
He
which
went
is
to
how many
college.
miles? Do you think that he actually traveled that far? You think somebody picked him up in a car?
I think
Yeah, how did he get
I
there?
think the kids that were messing with him might have picked him up. I had to.
You know what I bet? I bet you somebody lives at your apartment complex that goes to UCO.
Oh
And I bet
Oh,
they're like, does he have a collar?
yes.
I bet that's what still happened, that they were like probably trying to take in a cat and then but why would they take it to school with them? I don't know.
yeah. I mean,
But
college kids do crazy things.
I
yeah,
don't know.
how many miles is UCO from your apartment? 5-ish or more?
More.
Yeah, and
Oh,
so
wow.
for him to have be gone that morning and then to have made it that far by the afternoon when they gave you a call, he had to have been driven over there. So interesting. And he also has a collar on, but we're glad he's back home. UCO contacted D'Anthony last Friday and said, "We have your cat." So that's awesome that he's back home safe. I wouldn't let him out anymore.
I
I'd be
know.
like,
I was so nervous for him.
Mm-mm.
your days outside are over, boy.
Mm-mm.
So, but anyway, we're glad that had a happy ending. And
Mhm.
Jacqueline, how about you over the weekend? What'd you do? Anything fun?
It was nice. I did a lot of things, but it was relaxing. Just did things you have to do on a weekend. Went to the grocery store, which is a big deal,
Yeah,
a big event.
it is. And it
Uh,
takes hours. And then by the
hours
time you get
and
home and put it all away,
money.
lots of
Oof,
money,
groceries.
lots of hours. And then you put it all away. And then it's like, okay, great. Now I have to make something
I
on
know.
top of this. Your whole day
No,
is
I
grocery shopping and cooking.
totally did the deal where I put it all away and then immediately told my husband, I just want you to know I did not strategize tonight's dinner into this grocery shopping, so we are not cooking.
So most of the time I have my groceries delivered, but a lot of times they'll say, we're out of this, we're out of that. So
Yeah.
you got to go anyway and,
Mhm.
get the few remaining things. But so other than grocery shopping, did you have a good weekend?
I did. It was really nice. Went to the mall, which, yeah, I went to the mall and did some shopping and just, yeah, it was
What'd you
great.
get? I'm living
I
vicariously
what
through
did
you.
I get? Not exciting stuff. I got some little boy khakis for
Oh,
my kid for school,
okay.
and him just some shoes. Nothing cool or exciting.
Okay. Well, that's fun for him
It
at
was
least.
nice.
And
Yeah,
I
it was
always love to shop for my kids because it makes them happy. So then
good.
it therefore makes me happy.
Yeah.
Other than church on Sunday, stayed
Mhm.
home all weekend and we're having a huge garage sale / spring cleaning. Actually, it's
Oh.
fall cleaning, and going through every room of my house and just purging. Like, got to get this out, got to get this out. So we're going to have a
Mhm.
garage sale to pay for my upcoming couch that I need to
Okay.
replace.
That's so smart.
And then whatever doesn't sell, we'll just donate. We donate all year long, like,
Mhm.
once or twice or once a month or once every other month, we'll donate just clothes and whatever, stuffed animals. But this time it's like, it's been 10 years since we've had a garage sale. We got to do it. And
Mhm.
then, and I hate garage sales. There aren't very many things in life that I hate. Garage sales is one of them.
I love going to garage
I do
sales,
too.
but
I love
I
going.
don't like having them.
And I love estate sales too.
Yes.
Yes, estate sales are so fun. And it's also fun, like, it's as intrusive and like peeping Tomish as this sounds, to just go in and see how people are living their
Mhm.
lives. Oh, this is
Yeah,
their
yeah.
living room, and this is where they, this is how they decorated their bedroom. I
Yeah.
just think that's interesting. It's kind of
Yeah.
like a psychology class when you
Oh,
go in
totally.
and you see how they live, and what they have for sale. So pets are part of the family,
Mhm.
obviously. And there have been an increased number of rabies in Oklahoma just recently, 32 cases.
Wow.
That is a lot of cases, in my opinion. This year alone, there have been 32 confirmed cases in several species of our pets. So the Oklahoma Department of Agriculture, Food, and Forestry is warning Oklahomans as rabies cases pop up across the state. It's spread by wildlife, mainly skunks and raccoons here in Oklahoma. And veterinarians say it's important to make sure dogs, cats are up to date with vaccinations, especially if they go outside, along with show animals or any livestock that have
Mhm.
close contact with people. But anything can have rabies. A
Yeah.
bat, let's say, and bats are out. We have them,
Yeah.
but when they become rabid, they act crazy, erratically. Um, and so one time, this takes me back to when I was a reporter in the early 2000s. I was leaving my apartment early in the morning to come to work, and this rabid skunk, had to have been rabid, chased me to my car.
No.
And at first of all, I was like, oh my gosh, it's chasing me because it's going to spray me. It's going to spray me and I got to go into work. Oh my gosh, and
Yeah.
horrible.
Yeah.
And so I'm like running to my car, but I couldn't quite get there. I still had a ways to go. And the skunk's like right here and here's me. And so I make a beeline and I go around my car and then it starts following me around my car. And I didn't have like a key fob back then. I had the old
Sure.
school car. And finally was able to get enough ahead of it where I was able to unlock my door. And then the next go round, then I opened my door,
No
and the next go
way.
round I hopped in.
No
It
way.
was crazy. And so I came to work and I told that story and they're like, "Oh, it had to have had rabies. Had to have."
Yeah, I wouldn't have even thought though, right? You don't think, oh, this has rabies.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be something that would
Well,
cross my
because
mind.
a skunk does not want anything to do with you. And so
Right.
it wouldn't chase you. It was being aggressive. And even if it were chasing me, let's say it had a little nest of babies, it
Mhm.
would chase me until I got to my car, right?
Right.
Not around in circles like I'm going to bite the living daylights out of your ankles, or whatever.
That's scary.
Yeah, so glad that didn't happen. But so we do have to be very careful though of our outdoor pets and our livestock and everything
Mhm.
out there. Just get them vaccinated.
Yeah, you don't even think about it. Even people who have like bunnies and just really any pet that's outside, and even 4-H animals, just because it is can be carried through livestock, and
Mhm.
like you said, bats and skunks and raccoons. A lot of city dwellers, those animals, they come out at night.
Possums can get it.
Yeah.
And did you know, side note, possums, I saw this post over the weekend and I was like, I have a new love for possums. They can eat up to 2,000 ticks per night.
That's
2,000.
impressive.
I know. That's incredible. And so I was like, everybody who tries to shoo possums away, invite them to
Yeah.
your yard.
Totally.
And bats, one thing they do is they eat mosquitoes. So
I've
bring
heard
on the
that.
bats.
Yeah.
They could both be rabid, but at least
hey.
you'd have less mosquitoes and less ticks in your yard.
Mhm.
Yeah, that would make a huge difference. I love that. And so do your dogs like in your fence? Does your fence have any openings where wildlife can come in, like raccoons or skunks or
Oh,
anything?
so they just, I mean, our backyard is a raccoon possum highway at night. So it's
Really?
they'll walk the fence line and yeah, you can see them. So I will be actually calling the vet and making sure we're up to date on all our vaccines today.
Yeah. And so basically we live at the vet. We're there all the time now because
Yes.
Tulip, my Pomeranian, has discoid lupus. And
Mm.
so we're trying all these different antibiotics / corticosteroid creams / niacinamide, 250 milligrams. It can't be 500 milligrams, like all these things. And so we're there all the time. So, but they always remind me, oh, now she's due for this shot. Now
Oh,
she's due
yeah.
for this shot, and so it's like, here you go.
Yeah. Just open my purse.
I know. Just take it all.
Yeah.
I will say this though. So you're going to take your dog to the vet to
Mhm.
get a rabies shot.
Yeah.
Just yesterday, I don't know what happened. We were at church and came back, and Tulip was squealing like,
Oh. Yeah.
like she was hurt. And I
Yeah.
was like, what's wrong? So I checked all of her paws.
Mhm.
She didn't have any splinters or stickers or anything. I checked her little joints. She's fine. Like she
Mhm.
didn't squeal. But then when we touched her sides and the back of her neck,
Yeah.
she was squealing. Like,
Huh.
and I was like, what in the world? Like, what is
That is
that?
strange, Heather.
I know. And so basically she's like, Mom, I want to go back to the vet, please. And this time
Yeah.
it'll be the emergency vet, so it'll be 3 times as much. That'd be great, thanks. And I'm like, let's wait till tomorrow
Yeah.
to see
Yeah.
how you're feeling. And this morning I will say she was better. She only had she got up and she
Mhm.
just let out one little squeal, but then she was fine. So I'm hoping that it goes away, whatever it was. I'm hoping she had bad gas, honestly.
Maybe she played too rough and just has a sore muscle.
Yeah, and that could be it because we have our kitten who's 4 months old now.
Okay.
And so they do play a lot. So that could be it. Hoping for the best.
Yeah.
She's better this morning. We'll just have to wait and see. Okay, when we come back, there is a popular brand of ice cream sold here in Oklahoma and 16 other states being recalled for a major allergen problem. We'll tell you about this right after this break. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Around the Block on this Monday. Just another man. Anyway, we were talking about ice cream. Do you like ice cream?
I do, and I would love to have some right now, actually.
So what brand is your favorite?
I don't have a go-to brand. I actually like the brand quite a bit that we're going to talk about. I really like their vanilla.
Okay. So we're talking about Bluebell.
Mm-hmm.
Bluebell ice cream is voluntarily recalling a limited quantity of Millennium Crunch ice cream half gallons that were partially packaged as chocolate chip cookie dough by mistake at the brand's Brenham, Texas plant. But because of this mix-up, potential allergens associated with Millennium Crunch are not listed on the carton, including several nuts. I think almonds, pecans, walnuts. The company says it was mistakenly packaged in chocolate chip cookie dough ice cream cartons, but the lids had Millennium Crunch on the top. It was actually somebody who was stocking it that noticed.
I know. Can you like? What a coincidence that they noticed.
Yes, and that's great because they were obviously paying attention to what they're doing and not just like mindlessly doing things. So the good news is, so far there have not been any reports of any major allergy issues that people have had. So hopefully they caught it in advance of that happening.
Do you know people? I know people that suffer from nut allergies, the kind that are so severe that they can't even get on an airplane because of the fear of someone putting a peanut in their mouth. And so, at first when I saw the story, I was like, oh, that would be such an awesome accident. Like, what if it mixed together and made this wonderful new flavor? I would love to accidentally have purchased one of these. But then I thought of my friend who has a little boy who, like, he cannot be in the same, like, arena as a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Yeah.
Like the serious anaphylactic kind. So
Yes,
Glad
my
they caught
friend's
it.
son has the same thing, and he has to carry an EpiPen.
Yeah.
Excuse me. In fact, they had to use it one time
Mm-hmm.
on something that did not have peanuts in it, but was made in a factory that had
Yeah.
peanuts. And you'll see those warnings on the back of things too.
Mm-hmm.
And so just so scary because for
Totally.
people with allergies. But thank God we haven't heard yet of anybody affected by this. But if you do have what you think is either Millennium Crunch or cookie dough at home, pardon me, it's called Millennium Crunch ice cream packaged in a chocolate chip cookie dough half-gallon carton. You can take it back for a full refund, but you can also look at the top of the half-gallon lid. It should say 061 027 524. So if you're writing that down, 061 027 524, you can check for that too. It'd probably cost you more in gas money there and back to take it back. Plus, is your time really worth
Yeah.
that much? So I just throw it out. But
Or just eat it if you're not allergic to nuts, because it's
Yeah.
just that there could be traces of nut particles in a product that is advertised as not having nuts. So you could just enjoy it.
yeah, you could. Absolutely. If you don't have any allergies
Yeah,
to them.
correct.
My allergies are seasonal. It sounds like yours are too.
Mine too. Yeah.
So every time weeds are high and trees are high,
Mm-hmm.
they got me. Mold
Mhm.
isn't such a huge thing.
Same.
But dust at my house if we're dusting, or
Oh,
even
really?
what really gets me is folding laundry.
Well, that gets me every time. That makes me have
Yes,
major allergy.
me too. And it's like that's the worst, and that's one reason why I hate laundry. What else did I say I hated today?
I mean, I'm not really allergic to the laundry. I'm just mentally allergic to doing it.
I'm so mentally alert. Yes, and it's like I can do it just fine, but then the folding it and putting it away part, that's the hard part.
That's yeah.
Yeah, but what did I say earlier? I didn't even remember. I said there are
The dust?
no, I said there are a few things in life that I hate, and this is one of them. I can't even remember.
Oh, I
I
don't
need to make a
remember.
hate list so I can remember all of the things that I hate, or maybe it's a good thing that I forget about them.
I think it's good you forget,
Yes,
actually.
yeah, but anyway, the laundry, that's the chore that's the
Mhm.
worst. Mainly because I can't breathe. And I also
I
have
don't know
asthma.
about- Oh,
So,
the dust and dander, just all of the.
and the
I can see
lint,
how.
it's like
Yeah.
in the air. Yeah, it gets me every time. So, but
Do what you gotta do.
yeah, do what you got to do. So, yeah, we went from ice cream to laundry.
Mhm.
But this next story I think is hilarious.
I do
It's the air guitar world champion.
Uh-huh.
They're about to be crowned in Finland. Air guitar.
Air guitar. I
So-
totally forgot about people even doing this.
This is so funny to me because so into it.
Mhm.
Look at us. He's even like
But you have to
headbanging.
be like if you're at the world championships.
You got to make it look like you know what you're doing too. It can't just be like "Da-na-na-na-na-na." It's got to be like "Da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na." He's like doing the headbanging and everything. D'Anthony loves music. D'Anthony does even reviews of albums, which I saw a quick reel one time, and yeah.
They were good.
So
he does good reviews.
Jacqueline loves music, but D'Anthony truly loves music. He has signed records in his apartment. Is this the only picture we have, by the way? Which
It
we
is
do, that's
the
fine.
only one we
Okay,
have.
I want you to see the passion in this man as he traveled and probably paid a few $1,000s
Yeah.
to go to this competition when it comes to airfare and lodging and so
Mhm.
forth. And also, what do you win? Does it say? I don't think it says
I
what you
think
win.
you win just you know in your heart that you are the world championship winner of the air guitar.
Okay, so they're obviously very passionate. They're lining up in Finland to
Mhm.
pluck musical honors out of thin air. Love that. And so this year's Air Guitar World Championships happened Friday evening on a square in the western city of
Mhm.
Oulu. Not sure if I said that right. Oulu. It's the 28th edition of the event, and it goes across 13 different countries. They're judged on their performance of 2 songs in 2 separate rounds, each lasting 60 seconds. Passion is a must, but much of the rest is up to the contenders. Much of the rest of the
Oh.
performance is up to the contenders. Props and costumes are allowed. Love this guy's costume. Backup bands and real instruments are off limits. So, D'Anthony, back to you. Since I was saying that you love music, you do reviews of albums, you have signed albums hung up in your apartment,
Mhm.
I have to see your air guitar.
I only know how to do like bass.
Okay.
You can't even.
I don't know if you
Oh.
would. Yeah, if you do bass.
It's really more plucking or like I slap it.
Okay.
I don't. That's what it is. You just slap it.
Okay.
And that's what I do
Yeah.
with
All
my
right. Now
bass.
do it with passion, like you're competing. Like your championship is on the line here.
Yes, you were
Well, I
gonna
mean,
win the
like
crown.
even like I'm not to be cocky or anything, but like me doing this, I already know I'm good. But like with it, no one can touch me on bass.
Where's your other hand?
Oh, it's so hard because like usually I just like have it like lay it down and just like relax.
Okay.
You lay it
But
down across
bass.
your lap?
Well, yeah, when I'm like sitting down.
Okay, let's see it. Give us your best.
Right. Yeah. See. Oh, so much passion.
I don't
Passion.
know.
You're a winner in our book. Thank you,
Yeah.
D'Anthony. Yeah, I did you guys ever used to play what was the video game where you did it on
Oh,
the TV?
Guitar Hero.
Yeah, yeah. Did
I
you guys
never
play
played, but it looks really fun.
that? I
Yes.
played that like gosh.
Did you really get into it? I could see you put like it'd be a whole body.
Yes, but
movement
it'd give
deal
me
for you.
anxiety too, because I'd be like, you know, trying to hit all of
Yeah.
them at the right time. But it was fun, and that would have been like I don't know, 2007, 8, 9,
Okay.
somewhere in there. D'Anthony, why'd you make that face? Were you born yet?
I was gonna say, was he even alive?
born. I was born, but that was like
It was a long time ago.
I was 5.
Okay.
I was 5.
Well, that's when they like kind of first came out, like early. My daughter was born in 2006, and I remember her being like 2 or 3 when actually it was my husband at the time. He would play it a lot, and so then I would sometimes play it. But anyway, it was fun. It was a fun game, I thought. But it
Yeah.
probably doesn't even compare to the
No.
Air Guitar Championships in Finland. How fun is that?
I'm curious. Do you think why do you even like what do you wake up and think, okay, I can't really play the guitar really well, but I really want to be like amazing at it, air guitar. I can do that.
Yeah,
How
I
do
can
you
do
get
that.
there? Do you think these athletes of air guitar, do you think that they can actually play guitar? Or is it all just
I bet you they can, because I bet you can't win unless it looks realistic.
I don't know.
You know, like chords and everything. And if you're not moving, there's my hand. Like you got like chords. And if you're just like going like this,
okay,
you know,
yeah.
I don't. That's. Not
I
gonna,
think it's
that's
all
not gonna
about the
get you to win.
passion. So I think if you bring enough flair, it could be fabulous.
Yeah. Can we see that picture one more time, D'Anthony?
Yeah.
That would be amazing. This guy has the passion of
And
all
he's
passion.
breaking his sweat, it looks like.
Yes, it's like dripping off of
Absolutely
him.
just pouring sweat and bringing all the passion and jazz and pizzazz
Look at his hair.
in his crushed velvet pants.
I love those. So he's got like cheetah pants.
Yeah.
He's got like pink flowers. What is all that?
I don't really know what's all over
Seaweed-looking
him,
stuff.
but
Maybe he's like a merman.
Tassels.
I think it's like waist tassels.
Tassels.
Uh-huh. So
Okay.
when he shakes his hips, it really air
Or
guitar.
like a hula
I don't
skirt.
know. Yeah.
Who knows?
It's Finland. People came from all over the world, so all sorts of artistic expression was seen, I'm sure.
Can't wait to see who the winner is for those bragging rights. You
Yes.
spent thousands of dollars. Hopefully, you'll at least get a trophy for your mantle.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, next we're talking about the new Beatles anthology projects will be released this fall. Are you a Beatles fan?
I am totally a Beatles fan. D'Anthony, do you like the Beatles?
Nope.
Okay, well, I
Nope.
can't come back from that for him.
I like some of their songs. I've never been a huge Beatles fan. I will say that when I lived in Las Vegas and I've been to several different Cirque du Soleil shows, Beatles Love was my favorite, not because of the music, but because of everything that they did.
Mm-hmm.
The acrobats and the actors. But yeah, I like some of their songs, but this is, they've got cult followings, the Beatles do, including my nephews love the Beatles, my brother-in-law. But yes.
I got the Beatles confused with the Doors. I don't like the Doors. I like the Beatles.
Okay.
Okay.
I could
It's
see how
correction.
you would make that mistake too. So we'll let that slide.
But the Doors frontman died in a plane crash. You should feel sorry for them. He's buried in
John Lennon.
Paris.
But I mean,
Well,
look
John
at what
Lennon died
played the
also. Yeah,
Beatles.
yeah.
I mean,
And that's funny too. When the Beatles Love show that I saw, the Cirque du Soleil, I kept waiting
Mhm.
for Imagine to come on. I was like, when are they going to play
Oh.
Imagine? When are they going to play Imagine? Because I love that song.
Yeah.
That was John Lennon, not the Beatles. So they never played it. But they do have some good songs. And so people who are huge Beatles fans, this is great news for you because The famed 1995 anthology music documentary recounting the band's journey beginning in its Liverpool roots has been restored and will feature a new 9th episode. And this is the cool part. It will include behind-the-scenes footage of Paul, George, and Ringo creating the film.
That's pretty cool.
I think that
I
is
look
cool.
forward to seeing all of this.
And a new 4th album to be released alongside remastered versions of the first 3
Mhm.
includes 13 previously unreleased demos and other rare recordings, plus new mixes of Free as a Bird and Real Love. Pretty cool.
I'm excited.
And there's a 25th anniversary edition of the anthology book as well.
That's
So
awesome.
Beatles fans have a lot to look forward to.
Mhm.
I told you my nephews and my brother-in-law love the Beatles, and they even reenacted on a crosswalk the
Oh,
famed
really?
picture of
Oh,
walking
see, I
across.
love when people do that.
Yeah,
That's cool. You
they
know,
are musicians though. That whole family, my in-laws, they're all musicians. So
then maybe some of these would be good items for Christmas because like, I can't believe I'm saying this, but the weather outside makes me think about just the holidays, and it's not that far off.
we're not even to
Christmas.
Halloween yet, though.
Oh, that's going to be here in no time. That is my most favorite holiday. I
Yeah.
cannot wait.
Why is it your favorite?
I love dressing up. I love the excitement. I live in what would probably be the best neighborhood for trick or treating. I feel like we go all out. It's my neighborhood's Super Bowl of trick or treating.
I think that is awesome.
And because there's no pressures, it's just fun. I just love the little kids and all the costumes.
I do too. Oh my gosh, so cute.
I love passing out the candy.
And my kids are old enough now where they're like, well, first of all, Briar doesn't even go anymore, but
Mhm.
Everly, who's 14, about to be 15, she's like, Mom, can we go by ourselves? I'm like, but I want to take pictures,
yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
And so now I'm stuck at home passing out the candy, but I love it because I get to see all the cute little kids. So
That's
I
my
agree with
favorite.
you. That's fun. When we come back, we're going to talk about what tariffs are doing to the prices of PlayStations in the U.S. and many, many more stories ahead as we're including Cracker Barrel and the new change. A lot of people don't like it. We're back with more after this. Okay, so we are in August and Jacqueline's all ready for Christmas shopping.
I am. Yeah. I have to plan. I have to think about these things. You laugh, but last week we got a Lego catalog in the mail at my house, and my kid absolutely got the Sharpie and the Santa list and listed every single Lego set that was in the catalog on said Santa list. But
Every single one?
It felt like it. It was,
Yeah.
you know.
Do you remember when we were kids and there used to be like Toys R Us catalogs?
Oh my God.
And you could circle them and I want this and I want this and I want this. And it was like, yeah, like 4 or 5 things per page.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And then my parents would say, what are your top 3?
Top 3. And you're like,
I want all of them. But yeah, that's so fun to do as a kid.
It is so fun.
And I do understand what you're saying. I shop months in advance for like birthdays. If I see something that somebody in my family likes, I'll buy it and then save it for their birthday. And so I was talking to, my sister might be watching. Maybe
Let's
I should
not ruin
omit
those
that.
holidays that are coming
but I
up,
actually have something that I've had for months
Uh-huh.
for one of my nephews, and his birthday's in October. And so I've had it since, I don't know, like May. And I still have to wait till October to give it to him. So
Yeah.
I get that part of it. I see that. But so if you're planning on buying your child or someone, a loved one, your husband, whatever,
Yeah.
anybody who likes to play games, a PlayStation 5, they're
Mhm.
going up by $50 due to tariffs.
That's a lot.
I think so
that's a lot
too.
to me. That's
The higher price the
Yeah.
item is, the more it's going to increase based on the percentage of tariffs. So $50 is quite a chunk of change.
Mhm.
You would expect it to go up maybe 20, but
I
no,
don't know.
because it's
50 is a
priced so
lot.
high. Yeah,
Yeah.
$50 is a lot to add to the price tag.
Mhm.
So it makes me wonder how many people are going to omit that on Christmas lists this year based on the increased price, because everything's increasing in price.
I know.
And it's like paychecks aren't going up, but the price of everything else is. So
Mhm.
my insurance was just renewed. My car and homeowners insurance was just renewed. My homeowners went up by over $1,000 per year. Listen to this. My
Heather.
car insurance went up by $2,500 for no reason, 0 claims. So I got a hold of my
Goodness.
my lady who does my insurance, and I'm like, this will not do.
This will not do.
So she's reshopping my rates right now, and that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I know we're talking about Sony, so let's keep this picture up for just a second.
Uh-huh.
But at the same time, Everything else, you guys got to understand that paychecks aren't going up. And for a company like Encompass, who I've been loyal to for 4 years with zero claims, to shoot me up that high, all that means is that I'm leaving. So thanks a lot, Encompass. So also Sony though, let's talk about this. $50. Would you buy something that increases that much?
You know, when I saw this story, it made me think, well, should I look up the PlayStation 4? Because maybe we don't
Yeah.
need the D'Anthony. I feel like we lost him. Is the PlayStation 4 not as nice as PlayStation 5? I don't know.
I don't.
Or is there not one?
No, there is, but I don't think anyone would want a PlayStation 4.
Okay.
Why?
Well,
What's the difference?
I don't know the difference in the consoles, but I did buy one for my husband 2 Christmases ago and really did shop around because they're expensive. So this $50 increase, I don't know, it would make me very hesitant. Because
D'Anthony, why?
that's a lot.
I just because like there's certain games you could play on PlayStation 5, not on PlayStation 4, and I don't know any kid that
I
would
know
want
that's true. I
a
know.
last gen console.
Well, yeah, but I mean, if you're talking cost, it depends on what the parents
Yeah.
can afford. I think they would be grateful to get whatever if they didn't have one.
That's why you go to Xbox, like I did.
Okay.
Okay.
So what's the difference then?
Yeah,
Because
I
I
don't
don't
know.
play any video games. So what's the difference between like PlayStation 5 and the newest Xbox? Like
Right.
just the games, or
What is the
Yeah,
difference?
there's like certain games and features. That's pretty much it.
Okay.
and so you have the Xbox.
Mhm.
Would you want a PlayStation 5?
No,
Are you just happy with yours?
I love mine. I love it. It's affordable, so more affordable than PlayStation 5.
Did you buy it yourself, or did you get it as a
Yes.
gift? Yeah.
I bought it myself.
So
Okay.
it just everything adds up. And
It
so
does.
when did you get yours? Before tariffs were in place?
Actually, yes, I did.
Okay, so
See, it's
you
why
saved.
you
So the,
weren't hesitant.
yeah, and the price of Xboxes, I'm sure, are also going up because of tariffs. And so hopefully
Yeah.
all of this is temporary, though. Maybe it'll be gone by Christmas. So maybe
It'll
because
probably
we're
be
talking
here
about
before
Christmas
we know
shopping.
it, though,
Yeah,
so.
hopefully tariffs will fade away.
Mhm.
Everything will get worked out. We can afford things again. That would be awesome.
But something tells me Santa shoppers are going to start shopping earlier this year because of gotta look at that budget. Gotta look at that budget.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. And like I said, like I find things throughout the year for my loved ones, and I save them in my
Mhm.
closet. I have a huge box in my closet of where I put all these things all year long until it's time to either give them to them for Christmas. I also have stocking stuffers already picked out. So I am like that in the
I
sense
do that too.
yeah, and so I have a lot of stocking stuffers for my family too already. But yes, when you see something that's a good deal that reminds you of them, yeah, go ahead and get it. And there are no tariffs on stocking stuffers that I found, at least. Garage sailing you mentioned, which I love.
Yeah.
You can find a lot of new things at garage sales that
Yes.
count as stocking stuffers or little birthday gifts as well.
Mhm.
And I'm just babbling on and on and on. But the reason being is because I'm trying to get us to the break because I don't want to go to this next story until after the break, so we have more time to talk about it. Because Cracker Barrel, I will say, is near and dear to my heart. They have great prices on their food. It's not that; it's their gift shop. I love their gift shop.
I know. It's a walk back in time. I love going there. It's just you can always find something you need to buy in that gift shop.
Oh my gosh, like they have everything from I buy a lot of my earrings there for on air. They have great
Okay.
earrings. They really do. Great
Did
jewelry.
not know.
Yes, and then guess what else I'll buy?
What do you
Christmas
get there?
ornaments.
Oh, I've heard they have wonderful Christmas
Wonderful
decorations.
Christmas ornaments.
Yeah.
And they have all the old fashioned candy.
Mhm.
That's always fun to look at. My kids always pick out something whenever they're with me. So we're going to talk about the rebranding of Cracker Barrel after this break and why so many people are not a fan. That's right after this. If you are just joining us here for Around the Block, you missed out on a lot of great stuff.
Mhm.
But also right before the break, we were talking about how much we love the Cracker Barrel gift store.
Yes.
There has been an uprising of people who are angry at the rebranding of Cracker Barrel. They've done away with the actual barrel on the sign. They have a new woman CEO, and so she went in and like it's not all super countrified anymore. They also did away with the old country store that they used to call it underneath the sign. And so this is what it looks like now. Kind of looks like an egg.
It reminds me, it's super modern. I have had many careers, but I worked at 2 different ad agencies here in the metro, and I can just imagine the conversations that went multiple rounds before we got here. I'm just really curious how we ended up with this stripped down logo that does look just like a egg,
It does.
and it reminds me of like
Like a breakfast place.
50s kind of Art Deco egg style. And I think they took it too far because we
If it
took
ain't broke,
out.
don't fix it.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I loved it. Like, everybody loved it. We liked that it was an old country store, and I loved
Right.
that they have, and hopefully will still carry, like, all of the old-timey, old-fashioned candy, which is cool because, like, I
Mhm.
buy my mom, when she grew up, she was chewing, like, Beeman's gum
Yes.
and then clove gum, and
Mhm.
so every Christmas, I'll throw those in her stocking, and so I hope they continue
Yeah.
with those, and then when I was a kid, we always liked those, just like the hard candy that are like a straw, and they
Uh-huh.
have all different kinds that you can choose from. Tutti
Do you remember
Frutti.
going in there when I was younger, it was just so cool because the jars, so the big clear jars with all the candy.
Hmm.
It's just so pretty.
Yeah. So when was the last time you've been?
Honestly, I haven't been since before I graduated high school,
Oh
so
my
sometime
gosh.
before 2000.
So we have one at like near 122nd and I-35.
Mhm.
And I'm not kidding when a lot of people will write in and they'll say, "Where did Heather get her earrings?" And I'll say, "Cracker Barrel."
That's so
I'm not
cool.
kidding. Like, if you like Francesca's type earrings, it's a
Okay.
boutique, then you'll love Cracker Barrel earrings, which I've seen them in both stores. And they're about $12 a piece, but when you wear them, for a couple years, that's worth it. That's nothing when over the grand scheme of things for earrings, for the price of
Mhm.
earrings. And especially if you can wear them on the air, that's great. So a lot of people will say, where did Heather get this or that? And every time I can say, well, here from Amazon, here's a link,
Yeah.
or Cracker Barrel or Macy's or whatever the case is. I love being able to tell people where I buy things.
Yeah.
And also, you probably don't know this about me, but I'm a Christmas fanatic.
Oh,
And
really?
yes, and I love Christmas decor. I have an attic full of Christmas decor. I will say I hate decorating for Christmas and then taking it down.
Oh, sore subject at my household.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's no fun. But
Yeah.
once you get it all up and it's up for like a month, I love that. And so Cracker Barrel also has awesome Christmas ornaments, and I hope that they keep all of these things
I know.
despite their rebranding. I know that the walls I saw inside one of the restaurants were painted white. Do you remember how
Oh,
they're like that gold color with like all those
yeah.
antique
Yeah.
frames, and anything that has rust on it was hung on the wall like an
Mhm.
old, I don't know, rake or whatever. It's
So
like, yeah, anything
they've
old like that.
really taken away all their aesthetic, and so I'm curious what this means because I know the story said it was a part of a bigger rebranding.
Yeah.
And so I hope we don't lose all the charm that we had inside.
Yeah, definitely.
Uh,
And what was fun about it was that it was an old country store.
right.
And so they're remodernizing it a little bit, and I think it's to draw in the younger crowds as well, because they don't want, to age out and then they just
I
go
know.
into oblivion.
Yeah.
So we'll see if it works or if it doesn't. I just hope they stay in business. I don't care what the inside looks like as long as they stay
I
in
know.
business, and
And you can get your earrings.
I can get my earrings and my Christmas ornaments.
That's
For
right.
sure. Yes. Okay. We have made it to the time in our show where we need to talk about the bizarre holidays.
Mhm.
Oh, the day. Here they are. I like this one. Kiss and Make Up Day. That means forgiveness.
That's nice.
Kiss and Make Up. What you got? National Banana Split Day.
I'm getting there.
We also have National Heroes Day. Always a great day to celebrate our heroes, whether that be our veterans or law enforcement, whatever you want to consider a hero, your dad, whoever.
This next one I really like, National Park Service Founders Day.
Okay.
National Secondhand Wardrobe Day. This one's awesome.
Yeah.
I love a
That's one thing
secondhand
I left
wardrobe.
out. We did go to Goodwill over the weekend. And
Oh, okay.
I do love thrifting also.
Me too. And then National Whiskey Sour Day. I have not had one of those, but it kind of sounds fun.
I've never had one either. There's a first for everything.
know.
Hey, Around the Block is we should take a group trip and go out and have a whiskey sour
After hours.
after hours. And not anytime during the
No,
workday, because
not
that could
during
get
the show.
crazy. Thank you for joining us. We will be back tomorrow at 11 a.m. We hope you have a wonderful Monday and rest of your week. And our noon news is next. Have a great day.